Alright guys, Crypto Vince is here and I would like to do a very quick update on my Elliott study that I showed you few days before, maybe 2 days ago. I just want to explain what happened here and what would have been the best study for this Elliott wave. I mean, in my opinion, has been a fantastic study because I check all the support that could have been in this level, but I would like to explain how we could see things better next time and predict using Elliott wave in a better way, or not in a better way, to just consider all possible situations. But let's wait for a few people to join the stream and we will start soon. I'm just gonna talk about BTC, what we can see from here, and so on. This is not just a try. Okay, let's see who joins here. Let's wait for a few people. Let me forward this for a few channels so everyone can see it. Altcoin market dropped pretty bad, I gotta say. Let's see. Trading view. One second. Binance. Yeah, stream will start soon. Just want these things to go in the same tab here. Oh, no, doesn't want to go. Right there. Come on, go in. It doesn't want to go. Anyways, I gotta use this double chart. I mean, while we wait, we will see what some coins did. Oh my god, 70%. Bitcoin Diamond. Wow. It's the scam of the scam. You know how many traders, how many friends, members contact me and say buy BTC Diamond? Look at this. 70% down. Amazing. Oh, I think 1 second. Oh. Give me a second. Just few people are still joining. What is it here? So people watching, okay, so I think we can start. Who's here? You can use the chat on YouTube if you wanna say hi, if you wanna make any specific questions. Yes, is live. People really don't like live stream. I mean, I didn't give any anytime, so you know, maybe people don't have time to join, but you know, we're 10 right now. I mean, they can see this later on, but so we can start for now. Okay, so is my microphone pretty good? Because you know, I've been spending like 8 hours to figure this microphone. Oh, thank God. Okay, so let's start. I mean, this is of course the study that I made on the other stream, and you know, my Elliott wave showed in this wave told me a nice drop here. The count was pretty good. I mean, the first wave, it's kind of not following the rules, that's for sure. I don't see too many sub waves inside the first. There is an ABC correction here on the second wave. Then there is this was the BitMax pump and dump. So I try not to consider this one. But to be honest, when I start to think about Elliott, it's when I started to see this pattern here that can be considered a legit Elliott wave. The one does intersect the 4. The third one looks like it's not the shortest. Might be if we consider this week, might be a little bit shorter than the one. The third one in this case was the shorter, but he went all the way up to here. This could have been predicted. Why? Because the final wave of Elliott, it's it can be shorter sometime too than the third wave. There's some scenario I've seen it, and you know, that can be a failed Elliott too. It can be the same as the third, can be way longer. But in order to figure it out, these levels, I have to use Fibonacci lines. And from my previous study, I show you what were my Elliott wave, sorry, my Fibonacci levels, where I took my Fibonacci levels from. And I want to show you what I can see tracing those lines. So my sub wave, which is this one, so I trace a Fibonacci extension just using the correction 1 to 2. Okay, right there, and I went down. Okay, so now just by using this correction, this Fibonacci, I always keep confusing. Okay, the 261 Fibonacci extension hit my number, my wave 3. Of course, even 161% is a possible target, and as you guys can see here, it was a target, right? You guys can see here, it was a target, dropped almost 127%, and then went all the way up again. So remember, these are probably other waves that I could see inside this pattern, but I didn't trace it because I didn't need to. But maybe this is another subwave. Okay, the rule says that you should be able to find some subwaves inside every Elliott wave, as you know, I was trying to see with this study. You know, we have the biggest Elliott wave, which is the black one, and then I found another one inside inside the third wave of the black one, and so on. So there were a few things. Now in cryptocurrency, things might change. I'm not saying that you don't see perfect Elliott waves, but the market is it's a small market still. The market cap of cryptocurrency is about what, 240 billion right now. So it's a very small amount, and it can be manipulated. highly manipulated, and it is a market that it's full of shit. Okay, so because of that, sometimes the waves cannot be perfect. You have to keep this in mind. Now we'll try to teach the legit way and how a legit patterns are formed, but I always consider few things that might not happen how the books say, because that's what it is. Okay, so in this example, I charted 261, and to be honest, I could use the same Fibonacci that I traced by using a Fibonacci extension of the first correction to detect the other point. And if I extend this Fibonacci, look where my lines arrive. They arrived right where Bitcoin bounced for the last time. So if I zoom in at this level, I see this candle on 4 hour that touched the resistance and dropped right away. So it bounced right off the resistance of that rising wedge that I traced before, and then bouncing on this 361% Fibonacci and dropped. To be honest, I was not I didn't think it could have dropped this fast. So in this case, maybe I was expecting at this point something like this, something more like this, to make, you know, a correction less deep on the 261% Fibonacci, but my hacks was there, so I thought it was funny to show you guys what can happen. And of course, in this case, the Fibonacci changes. So we have to put those things in consideration when we do Elliott waves. You know, it's not mandatory that a wave is going to hit 161% or is going to hit 261%. It might go to 361%. That's why we have Fibonacci levels. Fibonacci levels are there for a reason. This thing could have, you know, went up to 423% and then made a correction that would have been a third wave. So it's very hard to use Elliott. And you know, you have to consider those little things that can change. So in this case, the Elliott wave for sure made a longer fifth wave in this case, and is still legit for me. Of course, this one I will put right here, and it dropped right away. So now, when I trace Elliott waves, I try to give how you say a geometrical shape to the Elliott. That things helps me a lot. I've seen Elliott wave very geometrically sometimes, so I really see like the angle of every wave kind of be similar. So if I see this one like this and a correction like this and then like that and then like this, so what I see, the bullish wave, they might be parallel to each other, and even the corrections sometimes are parallel. Sometimes, of course, I see something like that, you know, or something, you know, like that, and yeah, for sure. I mean, sorry, not lower than the zero. Otherwise, someone's gonna kill me here. But you know, sometimes I try to match them up. You know, they can be like this, it can be like that, like that. You know, a little bit different. But I like it to see a very precise pattern in that. So sometimes they retrace 50%, then there is the 3 that retrace 50%, and the 5th that goes like that. You know, the rules of course say the 1 and the 4 should not intersect each other. So if I made a little mistake now in the example, yeah, don't worry about that. I was just making an example. But what I noticed here, I was thinking, you know what? This thing crashed so hard. So how come my number two didn't crash so hard? And this is probably why, because I didn't really consider the bitmax up and down. So in this case, if I would have traced my number one starting from the bottom, and going all the way up to this level, this could have been like more geometrically correct. In this case, the Elliott wave looks more, you know, more cool, even though I have to say I skipped this level here. So this spike, I'm cheating there a little bit, I have to say that, okay, by not considering this spike. But you know, those are the few ideas that can be done when you try to evaluate those Elliott, and if you want to trade those Elliott. Now, what can happen next? Well, from the Elliott wave perspective, and the rising wedge, we could bounce on this level, and that was the level that I traced on my previous study. And as you can see, I missed it probably about, you know, few hours here, but I didn't move this chart. That was pretty right on, and the candle just stopped right on 6.9 or 6, yeah, on 6.9 where my hex is. So that was, I'm pretty happy about it, because I recommended my premium members to sell all their altcoin position when we were about 7.2. So about here. Then BTC kept going up in FOMO mode. He made there were a few bearish candle here, this one, but it kept staying up for some reason, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? And I was getting upset, because, you know, I made my user, myself too, all in USDT, because I was expecting a drop. But then I've seen the Fibonacci level, that in this case we were in the middle of the Fibonacci level that I traced, right? So 261 was here, so I thought maybe we can arrive to the next Fibonacci and then drop, and then that's what happened. Let me remove this line here. Now we can even trace another Fibonacci instead of using this one that I trace here, right there. So it's more I can use the one from 4 to 3 and see what happens. So Fibonacci extension 4 to 3 to know number 5. Let's see what we got from the lowest point to the top, and I pull it down. So in this case we got some other levels to consider. We arrived here under 61, and it dropped to 227. So it was bouncing between under 61 and 227 Fibonacci. And when these things happen, let's see if there is any divergence on the 4 hour. Not too much. Let's see on the hour. It was pretty flat. Anyway, sometimes divergences happen when a pattern goes sideways, and the indicator might drop or go up depending on the pressure. Anyway, we bounced again on that rising wedge resistance, and then failed, tried to break down this under 61%, and then boom, bye bye, dropped like it was dead. And of course, now the question is, should we buy back? That's a really good question. I'm expecting a bounce, but before to confirm the bounce, I would like to wait and see a little bit because again, we are on a rising wedge. My Elliott are my personal opinion, my personal study, and you know, maybe maybe the fifth wave is not gonna happen, and that's totally possible. If I remove my black Elliott, because why I'm thinking this, because on the first wave I didn't really see any subwave, so that's why I might not consider the black one, and I might just use this study here, and by using only this Elliott wave, of course we might see a correction. After an Elliott wave, ABC correction comes into the play. So if I trace a Fibonacci retracement of the whole correction now, and to evaluate some levels, this is where we hit. We hit at 38%. That's a perfect level that I notice every single time when I trace my Elliott wave. What I notice most of the time, and again, this is in my experience, this is what I notice. This doesn't mean it's gonna happen and ABC correction always happen like that. I'm not saying this. I'm saying that in crypto, many times I've seen a zigzag ABC correction that drops to 38, bounce to 23, and drops down to 50%. So if that's the case, the bounce, I'm expecting a bounce here, probably a 70% chances, I'm gonna say. I mean, we bounced pretty hard there. There's a green candle. We'll see how the smaller time frame, what the smaller time frame can tell us. Indicators are pretty low right now. We have a massive drop, so I'm expecting a little bounce for sure. So the bounce might happen here. So at this level, we should for sure. Let's see. 1 second. Anyways, so we got 17 watching right now. The reason why not too many people are joining is because this video has been unlisted privacy, as an unlisted privacy, so it's not public. So that's the reason why not too many people are in, because I was streaming for premium users the other day. I gotta change the settings. Anyways, so yeah, I'm expecting a bounce here where the previous highs here hits, so that can be a good resistance point. And if we break this B point, I'm gonna be bullish probably. I'm gonna be bullish at this level. If we break B, these things might go up at least to all-time high again. and at that level we gotta see. I gotta reevaluate things. Indicators again are very low right now. Look at RSI, bounced almost on 30 level. MACD not bad. It's been doing this like up and down above zero. It almost reached zero level. Actually, it's like 15. So not that long for our chart. Let's go check closer. Then if the ABC that usually when happens drops to 50% of Fibonacci, so in this case would drop here where our massive support is. Let's remember that the 685 support, which is being like a strong one for a long time. Let's add Bollinger Bands. Yeah, we're getting tired there. Ikimoku Cloud. What's up in here? For our chart, yeah, almost touched the Ikimoku, but not a nice bounce. Let's go check 1 hour. See, it dropped so fast that I cannot even see an ABC inside this pattern. Maybe if I go really close, but no, I won't say that because yeah, it dropped just too fast, and it crossed down the Kimoku cloud on 1 hour chart, right? So that's not good. So by looking at this study, yes, the bounce might happen here. Look how the cloud is getting flat right on my B point here. And the cloud is turning red. You guys cannot see that very much, but here there is a little red. So yes, we might see a bounce back down from B. If we don't go lower right now, right away. So maybe, you know, some bearish flag that goes up, an upward channel that is a bearish flag, and then drop. Of course, we need to be careful of the resistance of let me put some X. We need to be careful on the support of the rising wedge, and let's remember, rising wedge is it's a bearish pattern, so that can fail, you know, can break down at that level. And then we have to see a bounce on 50%. Of course, if this rising wedge breaks, this is the short-term target. Then we have to see how much this can really drop at some point, right? Anyways, if rising wedge supports pretty good at this level, let me put some moving average to see what we got there. No, sorry, that's the future, so I don't have any moving averages. Sorry. Let's see for our chart. Yeah, for our chart, if it drops, it goes up and drop, maybe might encounter 200 EMA at that point. That could be a good support. For our chart, MA 10 and 20 are more crossing here, making a bearish cross. Then the other one are way far from each other. But you know, if rising wedge is strong enough, and to be honest, at this level, I don't see too much support. I don't see any other good support. We just have some lows here. We have the 38% Fibonacci that can be a support. No, sorry, no. The Fibonacci is way below, so I don't see too much support, to be honest. So that could break. And then if for some reason there is a lot of bullish sentiment at that point, we might go up and make a sub wave of Elliott. But you know, I don't want to talk about Elliott because we didn't even arrive at the B point. So for me, saying this is just an hypothesis, is not nothing that I can predict. So don't count on these things that I'm doing right now. So the possible scenario too would be something like this, something like that. I don't know where it's gonna drop. You know, this is just you know, something that might happen. Can arrive there, can go up to all-time high, trying to break, or can go higher. I'm not sure what it can do. We have to see before if the ABC fails or not, and then we can make other prediction. Because you know, the market is so shit that, like, don't believe nobody is gonna tell you, hey, I know it's gonna go to 3K 100%. How the fuck you know? Like, there's no way to know where BTC is gonna go in the long run. There is no way, because the market, we know how it is. So we can predict the bullish sentiment. We could predict a few outcome, but I'm not gonna put my money on this outcome and say, okay, we're going to 3k for sure. I'm gonna open a short position right now because I know it's gonna go to 3k. There is no way. That's gambling, in my opinion. Then if you think otherwise, go ahead. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so yeah, those are my opinions for the time being. Altcoins should come back if we go from A to B, so we should see a pump right there. Could be even strong pump, because you know they're all oversold right now, and they should bounce pretty quick up. So if we want to make some profit, probably we should make profit in the next day and then go back into USDT. That's my biggest tip. Okay guys, so hopefully this was helpful for your trading, and please put a like and share this video if it's helpful for you. And you know, you always so welcome to join our premium. We're doing many things there. Our trading bot is almost ready. We're giving lots of educational content, helping people out, supporting everybody. There's lots to do, many ideas. Our team is growing, so we're doing many things there. And the most important things is that we're playing safe. So we always use the risk management, position size, and we can go sleep in peace and be happy. Okay. Thank you guys. Be careful out there. Bye bye.